This is tutorial number 171, and it covers how to make Boolean bodies within SOLIDWORKS. So what we're going to be doing in this tutorial is I'm going to show you how to make two solid bodies, and from those solid bodies we're going to be creating our Boolean operations from. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the bodies that we're going to be using in the next few tutorials to move them into position, then apply the common add and subtract feature to those bodies. So what we're going to do right now is create a couple bodies. So let's click Sketch, click Rectangle, click the front plane, and let's sketch out a square, and let's make it 50 by 50. And let's extrude this out, and we'll make it 50. Click OK. So now we have our square. And what we're going to do is we're going to create holes in the square going through each face. So let's click this face first, click Sketch, click Circle, and let's dimension the circle to 10 millimeters, and we'll make it right in the middle, so 25 by 25. And let's extrude cut this, make sure it goes all the way through, click OK. And now let's do it to the other four sides. So again, 10 millimeter diameter, 25 by 25. And one last one. And cut it all the way through again. So now we've created our first solid body that we're going to be using. So we've got our square, and we're going to have holes going all the way through it from each side. Now we're going to create our sphere. So it's going to be our second solid body. And like I showed you in the previous tutorial, we have to kind of split up the bodies so that they're not touching. If they're touching, it's going to only create one solid body rather than the two that we want. So let's click this face. Let's click normal to, zoom out a bit, and let's create another body. So let's click Sketch, click center line, and this center line is just going to be our construction line. So just make it, and let's dimension it to 60. Now with 3-point arc, let's click one point, the other point, and pull it out until it snaps at 90 degrees. Now let's click Feature, click Revolve, and you're going to see that it is creating a sphere. Click OK, and now we have our sphere. So if we look in our solid bodies box here, we have our first body, which is the box with the holes in it, and our second body, which is just a sphere. So we have our two solid bodies, so now we have two solid bodies that we can use to create a combine feature, so either a add, subtract, or a common. So just from what I showed you in the last tutorial, that we need to have multiple bodies that aren't touching. It's the same here. We have multiple bodies which aren't touching, and in the next tutorial we're going to move them about so that we can use it in our combine feature. And this concludes our tutorial on creating Boolean bodies within SOLIDWORKS.